Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. This week, Aquarius, we're trying to tap into your starseed family, the energy, messages from them, to see if we can get insight about your past, your present, and your future. And to do that, I'm going to start with none other than the Starseed Oracle deck. Aquarius. So I'm looking at your cards here, and I'm just going to give you, like, I would sort of describe this reading. I'm going to get into details, but just sort of like the Coles Notes version here. I would describe this as somebody who starts off with some bold ideas or a bold vision. And it's very Aquarius. Actually, I want to say it's very Aquarius because it also has this feeling like coming up with a bold vision, a bold idea, a bold way of learning, understanding. But you do it like you did it in a very unique and unusual way, or maybe you just changed sort of like your own pattern of thinking, or I don't know. You might have even gone off on your own and did something. Where we go. It's like, once you take this, so whatever that was, because that's something that happened in your past, and you're gonna love how this turns out. That's what I want to say. That's how I would say, like, I would recap this reading. You had some sort of bold idea, bold vision, just a bold way of thinking, accessing information, learning about something, and then in the future, you are going to, I want to say, almost like hit the bullseye in terms of changing a cycle around for yourself, and you're going to love the results. That's what I got. That's what I see here. So we'll get to that. You're like, well, show us the details. Let's see the details. Okay. So, you have, so there's so much more to this that, like I said, it's just the Coles Notes. Like that's just kind of like the recap, the quick. So the cards that you pulled out for the past, you have Double Mission. It's really dark. I know it doesn't, like in the video recording, it doesn't look like, but it's really rainy here today, which is a kind of a good thing, but it makes it very dark for me. Double Mission, Light Worker, Starseed, serve the world by being you, and then co-create with Spirit. So here's the thing. Okay, now when I shuffle the way I do, I only take like, honestly, it's a few seconds. I don't even think it's a full minute to kind of look at the cards, because I want to kind of look at them with your energy. And like I wasn't really getting anything about this, but I am now. So a double mission for me kind of makes it feel like that there's possibly two reasons for something that's happening around you. And one of those reasons is something that you would obviously see and understand, or there's more here than that. So, okay. I honestly feel like by taking a bold, and look at your bold here, by taking kind of a bold approach, you have the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. So I do want to say it's kind of going into, or taking some sort of, maybe it would be possibly risky. I could see like the King of Wands being a little, it's risky, it's bold, it's unusual. Even though it's fire energy, it's coming off very Aquarian to me, in that you're working with the universe here. You're trying to see things that are unknown to you, utilizing your intuition, even when it doesn't make sense to other people, or why would you even do that? You know, like it's kind of going against the grain, right? And going against the grain here, I feel like there's, for whatever reason you chose to do this, or whatever happened around you that initiated this type of bold thinking, there's more than one result that you're going to get out of this. Like, let's say you were trying to figure out, I don't know. Nothing is coming to mind. Like, how to put, I'm literally seeing a little red wagon. So like how to put a little red wagon together. But so And maybe you have a unique way of doing this. I don't know. But it's almost like, you know what, down the road, you're going to realize that this little red wagon actually turns into the first steps towards creating the whole new concept around a go-kart. Okay, like that. You see how it has like a double purpose to it? That's what I kind of get with that, the double mission. Okay, the other thing I'm getting with the double mission, because when we come into the present with this energy, that you're building on this. You're building on this energy from your past. This bold thinking, this bold clarity. Once you bring this now into the present, you're supposed to really start expanding this. And I feel like you're supposed to expand it and start sharing it in some way. And mostly because of this. Big picture thinking, Pleiadian energy, visionary, inspired ideas, lion spirit, be generous of spirit. So like that always feels like to me like sharing this, inspire these ideas. So what is this? Maybe there's others that you need to work on something together with you, or there's it's kind of, I want to say, almost time to start initiating. And it like whatever this thinking was, this idea was, this bold, maybe even risky, just feels like a thought process, to be honest. And even like looking at this card, like this person's eyes are closed and they're almost like deep in thought or meditation, grounding themselves. You're taking this thought process and I would say you're getting ready to execute it. But to be generous with your inspired ideas and your visionary mind, I kind of feel like is to share it. You have the Chariot, the Seven of Cups, and the Fool. Right? Like this is like the momentum is starting. And what's interesting is because the Chariot does signify movement. It could even be like movement from one frame of mind to another. And I want to say, if, I don't know, maybe there's been some sort of problem that's befuddled you for quite some time. Or there's been, you do have the High Priestess in the past with this Ace of Swords too. So there could have been some sort of mysteries that you were trying to unravel about your own life, or some sort of problem that you were trying to fix or figure out what angle to approach it at. But like here, you see how this really becomes very Aquarian, because then we go right into the Aquarius energy with the Fool. This is a very different and unique way of perhaps tackling a problem or coming up with a solution in your life. But I also feel like it's leaving behind any doubts. Okay, so maybe that's what this is, because it's leaving behind any doubts or confusions. So if you've got a brilliant idea, you kind of had a brilliant idea in the past, it's honestly time to focus on whatever clarity that produced for you and to keep running with it. Be generous of spirit too, because you co-created with spirit. So spirit's saying, yeah, let this grow, let this expand. It could be something like really big. It could be a huge idea that you have that you want to create and bring it into the 3D. It could be something more personal, like even if it is like a little red wagon, how to put one of those together. And you start putting it together and you realize that, you know what, I can change the aerodynamics of this. I mean, if you're not familiar with those things, or you're not familiar with, maybe there's a special store, so that's what I'm saying, that would just have things for both go-karts and little red wagons. Well, get out there and find those stores. That's kind of what this feels like. Find the resource, spread the idea. Now, before I show you the Oracle cards, I want to show you the Tarot cards, because to me, the Chariot is starting to get movement going, right? But it's not always a card of movement. The Chariot can be sometimes when we're stuck as well. I really feel like the Chariot is influenced by the cards that kind of sit around it at times. And the way this is laid out, on either side of the Chariot card is the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups. So that also tells me too, because Chariot is also Cancerian energy, which is also a very psychic and emotionally driven sign. The 4th house too, if we just want to look at it like that. Personal protective space and moving beyond that. So this is like navigating the unknown, kind of get that motor going. But if there was confusion, it's about leaving that behind. Don't, if you're working on resolving something in your life here and you find yourself falling back onto thoughts that naturally produce, well, I don't know what would happen with that. Move away from that. Just keep yourself going in the direction where you're not being pulled into any confusion, any illusions, too many choices. So it could also be like narrowing down your choices. Like just the example of the little red wagon. So you put it together. Now, what is it that you really want to do with it? Do you want to just use it as a little red wagon? Or is there something inspiring here that you think, you know what? This could be the start of a go-kart. Then you know what? Little Red Wagon store is not going to satisfy you. You need to go to the go-kart store. Okay, so why I'm saying that about the Chariot is because in the future you get the Eight of Wands. That's movement. That's the movement card. Now things are really moving. Things are really taking off in the future. And what I love about this is the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're moving yourself. I don't know, maybe you are literally moving yourself in the future, but you're definitely, I want to say you are taking the steps. You've already taken the steps in the past. You're starting to take the steps right now. Believe in that momentum. Keep it going into the future. You are moving yourself from a place of lack, isolation, maybe even feeling like the black sheep of the family, whatever. I think it's the first time I've ever attached that to the Five of Pentacles, but I'm picking it up. And with the Queen of Cups, you're going to love this. Like you're going to love where this takes you. It feels like it's a really good cycle, actually, in the future. So you have Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you, which I love because it's like you discovered it in your past here with co-create with spirit, King of Wands, Ace of Swords, High Priestess. You discovered something there and you did it in a really unique and bold way. So take that, you're building on this. You're really building on this, Aquarius. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. You're going to have fun with it too. That's the other thing. So as this starts moving, I want to say too, I feel like any obstacles that seem like they might be standing in your way, and maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you're coming up with like obstacles that really, you know what, in reality, they're not even going to exist. That's not even something you have to think about, you know, so, I don't know. But yeah, let's get into this, the clarifiers. Oh, you're, oh, now I see. See, I wasn't connecting. This wasn't talking to me, your underline. Now that I've done most of the reading, like in your energy, I'm kind of picking it up. You have cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life, pig spirit, use your mind wisely. That to me sounds like when maybe even you find yourself backed into a corner or you're not sure, I have no idea what the hell to do. Like, because like rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. And up is a whole new concept, right? It's like, because you have one here, you have a whole new concept. So use it wisely. Keep building on this. Keep building on it, Aquarius. And then the Hierophant. That's very Taurian, right? It's Taurus energy. So that's also, I almost want to say like possess this idea. Because I possess. Second house is like I possess. So possess this idea, build with it, make it real. There's actually the only pentacle that's in this reading, like as we stand right now without any clarifiers, is the Five of Pentacles, which is what you're moving yourself out of with love. So it's a love for something. So maybe you haven't felt particularly inspired by things or nothing is really suiting you. You're going to find that. And then you're going to, like really ground it. It is. It's like something that's just an idea right now. Start removing perhaps any mental obstacles in this idea is where you are right now. And I feel like that could be sharing the idea with people. But again, it feels like, you know, if you want to take this little red wagon and turn it into a go-kart, inspired, be generous. So share this. Share your inspiration. You know, I mean, like if it, let's say it's a business idea. Go to the bank, share this business idea. Oh, sure. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, the King of Wands. The King of Wands was in your past. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Ace of Cups, the Sun, the Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Wands. All right, so this is this is for you. You see this is for you. It could not be more for you. It feels like this could not be more for you, Aquarius. Like in the energy that you possessed in the past. There could be something specifically here about the bold, unique aspects of yourself. Maybe okay, so here's the thing. Maybe there is like somebody specifically that you need to share some sort of information with. Something that you've discovered, something that you know. Three of Wands. See, let's see where this develops, because I want to say it's almost like you were looking for something and having difficulty finding it. And that, but I want to say it's like you know exactly what you're looking for. So it could almost be like, you know, you go to the go-kart store and they say, okay, well, these are the kind of tires that you're going to need. We do have those. But with the frame or the chassis, I don't even know. I'm just like shooting words out of my mouth. I don't even know what a chassis is, but it sounds like something that would hold the tires. I don't know. You're going to need, because it's not like a typical go-kart, but it matches that body, that frame. You're going to need a 2.5-inch Robertson bolt. I don't know if that's a thing. But you know, okay, so then that's almost like now you got to start going around to hardware stores and looking for that, right? So it's like, you know, you've been told, you know exactly what it is that you want. And I feel like you discover that through a very unique and bold way of finding answers, the truth, working with the universe. Okay, so that's the Three of Wands. It's like now you're on the lookout for this. But then you get the Ace of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Shit, where is it? The Nine of Swords. I want to say, though, I feel like you worked through it. Let's see how this develops. Let's see how the whole thing develops. Let's look at you in a more holistic way, Aquarius. Because, yeah, I want to say, I don't know. I feel like it's more like you discover something. So, okay, let's see what the High Priestess tells us. The Two of Swords. All right. No. I feel like, yeah, because of that, there's some reliance here on the universe. Okay. So it does kind of, it is aligning with that. It does feel like, so they've told you they've got the tires to turn this little red wagon into a go-kart, you know, and even saying that too, like the difference between the Chariot and the Eight of Wands, like even that is very metaphorical, because the little red wagon is likely not going to go as fast as a go-kart. So it is like you're transforming something here. But it's kind of like, well, the expertise has told you you're going to need this type of bolt to attach it to that. It's not something we have because it's not a standard go-kart bolt. So now you're like, oh my God, where am I going to find this? I don't know. Maybe you've been looking in a lot of places, a lot of hardware stores to find it. With the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, though, that kind of feels like, yeah, a little bit stuck. But that was in the past. Now your momentum's going. Maybe you heard that there's a place that has the bolts. So the Chariot. The Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. You see what I mean? That's not moving. So that's the Chariot. That's the Chariot for you. It may not go. Could be a new car and maybe it doesn't start. So it's very clear here to hold yourself tight, to hold tight onto your idea, your plan, whatever this is. It's to, maybe it becomes very clear to save your money. I don't know. Maybe what you want to build here, you don't have the money or the resources to do it. But let's just see. I don't know. This looks really good because it turns movement into, you're going to love this. The Seven of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that does feel like maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe that's why there's no pentacles here. The Fool. Well, I don't know if this is... I don't know about this, Aquarius. If you have the Fool with the Seven of Swords. Be careful with that. Be generous of spirit. But it feels like be tight with your money. Let's see this. Be generous of spirit. But maybe the Four of Cups here. I don't know. The Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. This is closed off. And I kind of feel like that's why. Like, it could be... Why did this come up? What's this here? Oh, 3 cards flew out. We got the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Because it feels closed off. It is closed off. It's almost like if you're utilizing an energy that's defending you from something, maybe from the past, you know, right? It kind of feels like it makes it difficult to like grow and expand here. You have to do like an energy shift. Because the universe wants something to grow and expand. But the Four of Cups, like they both got their arms crossed and folded. I think you're in the process of switching here. Why do you have the Seven of Swords with the Fool? That doesn't sound like the best approach for something new. The Page of Wands. The universe is saying be generous of spirit, inspired ideas, but you... I don't know, and maybe this is what it's trying to do. Like, maybe you've been closed off. Maybe you haven't been very communicative. The Strength card, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, there's abundance. There's like, I want to say it's almost like, well, is that the resource that you're looking for? Because the Four of Pentacles isn't high on resources. And the Seven of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune can be like waiting for your... waiting for circumstances to get better around you or something to change. If you are not there's some sort of direct correlation here, Aquarius, to how you close your off, perhaps emotionally. And I think this might be in some way about like kind of protecting yourself. That protective energy is not allowing the universe not allowing you to receive from the universe. So it's even if you're protecting yourself from something over here, it's still kind of like resonating and bleeding into another area of your life. The Eight of Wands. So your future is this Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands. Six of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it looks like there might be someone here that you need to build with. There might be someone here that you need to build something with. So I'm going to say this. Because this King and Queen of Wands are in the past, right? And those are the two that are the most independent of the court cards. Well, in the Knight of Wands, like that suit. So there's something here. There's a lot of emotion here, but it's all held back. And then what I feel like is in the future, it's something that you're going to love. Really gonna love, but there is reducing, eliminating, sacrificing some form of independence here. So this, I want to say it's building together with someone. The Five of Pentacles. God, there's so many cards coming out of the clarifiers. Okay, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Cups, Temperance, the World, I think the Devil and then the Two of Wands. I know the Devil didn't come out last. It might have even been the World and then the Two of Wands. I think so. You guys know. I don't know. Do you know? It just feels like... I know the Devil wasn't the last card. It wasn't the last one that I saw hit. Okay, so there's something here about cutting some things out. There's actually a lot here that's been cut out, to be honest. And then closing off a lot in this Five of Pentacles. It's leaving a lot behind. It's leaving an awful lot behind, like emotionally, codependency, anything that you're bound to that may hold you back. It's closing all of that and then sort of just having a fresh vision. So it's like your vision switched here in the past. You're building on that. And then I want to say your vision's going to switch again in the future when something toxic is finally eliminated, perhaps. And then the Queen of Cups. So this is where you go into the King of Wands. Well, let's see, it's where it started. The Magician. Okay. Right? This King of Wands back here was some sort of bold, even a risky idea, a thought. Yeah, this is my thought. And because the Queen of Wands is there, it could be like, it does feel like you need to build something with someone in the future. So whatever this idea was in the past that you had, I think you approached it more with the mind. You approached it more with the mind. And then even some aspect here, your mind with the Seven of Swords, maybe you can't trust it. Because it's funny, everything in the future switches to emotions. And that, my friends, is exactly where you actually manifest whatever this originally was. See how that worked? Like the idea was good. But maybe there are some things that you needed to clear in your mind on your own. And it looks like that's what you're doing right now. Your energy is very contained, but the universe is asking you to at least start to be generous with your energy. And then that's going to take you here. And I want to say this Five of Pentacles, this lack, it's the lack of love. That's what it would look like to me. That is, how one thing affects other things in your life. The Hierophant. I say the lack of love, and you have the Knight of Cups at the bottom. The Hierophant. All right, then. The Death card, the Six of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles came out in the way that fell down. So it's the end. It could be the end of a major cycle in your life, a very major cycle. It could be the end of, I do want to say too, because the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles, like something ends. And then it's almost like you go into a really balanced equation. I don't know why I'm hearing equation, but a really balanced equation. And it could be too, because this Hierophant almost is very fatherly like. It could be like if you execute more masculine ideas and goals in your life, or you've done that in a particular way that might be more resonant with, like a father figure you had in your life or so. It could even be a mother who was very more masculine in terms of how she led herself and guided herself. There's some sort of a change here. You're finding a physical change. I think, though, you find this physical change through some sort of emotional transition. Oh, the Hierophant, he just landed on the ground. I'm sorry. So, and then you have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups. So, there's somehow the potential here that you discovered something. I want to say you honestly manifested this with the universe in the past, and you saw exactly what it was, or you knew what it was. You had the vision at least. If anyone asked you to describe it, I feel like you could describe it in detail. I do feel like something inspired you, though. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's what I want. But there was probably a lot of practical things between you and whatever this is, or if it was a person, because it feels like whatever you originally, initially wanted, felt inspired about, you get that in the future. And it's a very playful cycle. So there you go. So I'm going to go to the extended Aquarius. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what is your next assignment as per your starseed family, and why? Thank you so much, Aquarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.